Well, hello, young amazing people. Let's use our good old Dixon Ticonderoga number 2 to answer some questions about rational exponents. Oh, man. So, here's the deal. Uh, we're not going to talk about the concepts and all that kind of stuff. There's plenty of videos already out there, and information that you can have from me. So, we're just going to go through this and work out these problems, okay? As we do, we'll talk about the concepts and hopefully that will help you to understand. But check this out. First of all, uh, everything in here is the base for that exponent of 3/4. What the exponent of 3/4 means is, hey, what to the power of 4 is equal to the base? And what do you have if you take that number and cube it? That's what it means, right? So, for example, I just said I wasn't going to talk about the concept, but we are. I lied. So, see that right there? 8 to the power of 2/3. So, this says, what cubed is this? And if I know what that number is, what is that number squared? Well, it turns out that 2 cubed is equal to 8, right? So this part says what cubed is 8? Well, that's 2. What's 2 squared? 4. Boom, done. And that's how it works. So if you were to type in to your calculator, let's see, make sure we can see this, 8 to the power of parentheses 2 divided by 3, it's going to be equal to 4. You see? Uh, it's similar to this. Like watch. Let's say 8 times 1/2. That's a different thing. You see, this fraction is multiplying, and so this is, in a way, we can think about it as a question about repeated addition, because multiplication is repeated addition, right? So this says, hey, what number added to itself twice is equal to 8? How much do I have if I have one of those? We can think about it that way. Whereas this is a little different because it's an exponent. It's a fraction. It's an exponent. So we can think about that as saying, what times itself this many times equals the base. And then what do I have if I have that many of that particular number? Okay, so anyway, everything in this base gets the power of 3/4. So we're gonna go ahead and write it like this, right? Because this is the same exact thing. I could separate those. Yeah, you see? That's the same exact as 64x to the 12th to the 3/4 power. Now, it's an exponent, so the rules are still the same. We have a power raised to a power right here, so we're gonna multiply. 12 times 3/4, well, that's 9, right? So that part's x to the power of 9, no trouble. All right, now, here's what I'm gonna do for this one. We're looking for a fourth power. We're looking for what times itself 4 times is 64. Well, it turns out that 4 times 16 is 64, right? 16 is 2 to the fourth. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So this 64 right here is the same as this. You see? That's exactly the same. And so what I'm going to have is I'm going to have 4 to the power of 3/4 times 2 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 9. Because 4 times 3/4, right? That's 3. Yeah. All right, now, this is good. We could say that's 8 if we want. That's x to the ninth. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. So check this out. One of the ways, since I don't know of a number, an integer, to the power of 4 that equals 4, I can't really simplify it that way, but I can cube it. See, look, this is exactly the same. This right here and this right here are exactly the same. And 4 cubed is 64. And I'm familiar with 64 because we just did it. That is 16 times 4, right? So 4 times 16 to the power of 1/4. And 4 times 2 to the power of 4 times to the power of 1/4. You see? So when I multiply this and I multiply this is 4 to the power of 1/4. And this is just 2. Do you see? So this part right here is going to be 4 to the power of 1/4 times 2. And this is still times 2 to the third, and this is x to the ninth. So if we clean this up, we can leave it like this, or we could rewrite it. I'm going to put it at the end, though, okay? So that's 2 to the fourth, or 16, right? So 2 to the fourth, or 16, x to the ninth, the fourth root of 4. Boom, done. All right. So here, let's write that right there. 2 to the fourth, x to the ninth, times the fourth root of 4. There we go. What times itself 4 times is 4. That's the same thing as that. All right, the rest of the problems on this, I believe, are a little simpler. It says rewrite this as an exponent. All right, well, here's how that works. The index is the denominator. The exponent is the numerator. So the thing I always did when I learned about this the very first time, I knew 4 times 1/2 was 2, right? And so I'd say, oh, 4 and 1/2, the answer is 2. The only way that works is if I have it set up like this. Square root of 4. The index is 2, that's square root. It's a second root, and the exponent for the 4 is 1. All right, so this one, denominator is the index, the base is the radicand, and the numerator is the exponent. All right, onward and upward. So let's see here. Let's see. Everything in here gets the power of 5/3. This is a factor, or this is a cubed number. This says what times itself 3 times is 27, right? Well, I know the answer to that is 3. This says what do you have if you multiply that number times itself 5 times? So that's going to be 3 to the 5th, which is maybe 243. I'm not really sure. Let's find out. 3 to the 5th. 3 to the power of 5 equals 243. Man, look at that. So that's 243, because if we were to write it out, that's 3 cubed to the 5/3. Just the 27 is 3 cubed. When you multiply 5/3 times 3, you get 3 to the 5th, which is 243. All right, but since it's easier to write 3 to the 5th. Now this one right here, p to the 6th to the 5/3 power. We have to multiply that. 6 times 5/3. Isn't that 10? Right? That's 1, 2. That's 10. There we go. P to the 10th. Okay, next up, Buttercup, negative exponents give you reciprocals, so we're going to have to flip some stuff around and stuff like that here. But let's go ahead and multiply this first. Now, this is a cubed number. 4 cubed is 64. You see? All right. 1/3 times 3 is 1. A negative times a negative is positive. So I think that's our answer right there. See? Here's the deal. Let's look at this. Times 1/3, right? And then we got 4 to the 3rd times negative 1/3 again, right? Negative times negative is positive, so it stays on the top. That 3 times 1/3 is, of course, 1. It's a negative times a positive. That's negative 1. 4 to the power negative 1. We're going to have to do the reciprocal. Boom, done. Almost finished here, folks. I would rewrite this one first, this last one right here. I would say, well, that's 28x to the 4th divided by 7x to the negative 3. It's 4, right? 7 goes into 28 4 times. X to the 7th. This one's going to move to the top. There's already 4 up there. Now we're going to have 3 more. So anyway, our fancy, trusty, dusty, good old Dixon Ticonderoga number 2 served us well. I hope this has been helpful. You guys are wonderful young people. Stay safe. Until next time, I hope you have a great day.